big one.
Wow. Genoa area and Ottawa Hills. These guys were going nuts. They were absolutely loving it. Second quarter, 27-7 Genoa. Judah Wallenberg keeps it on the traditional option, if you will. And then he stiffs arms the guy that's about 5 feet away, but nice play, drive stall, no points. A minute later, Logan Scott deep finds Alex Hayes. Look at him go. Burn kid.
Whoa.
Hold on to the ball. Nice job, Hayes. Huge play. Just a minute and a half. A few plays later, Kyle Nutter. Bang. Get in there, son. Nice play. That put the Comets up 33-7. And Genoa, well, they kind of went on to win big, 58-7.
It's all Genoa after that. Kyle Nutter, so good on the ground. Look at him just running over people. Comets scored 37 unanswered. They win 58-7.
Comets taking on a neighborhood rival. Fans really love the rivalry. Wearing the school colors. A lot of enthusiasm. Love it. Comets up 8-0 already before the end of the first. Logan Scott finds Quentin Spies wide open, 44-yard play. In the end zone to get the board. Genoa 15-7 ensuing kickoff. Casey Ghost. He'll get tackled inside the red zone, sets up another score by Genoa, and Genoa goes on to win 43-21.
8 points. Right before the half, Kyle Nutter goes in from a yard out. Genoa wins 43-21.
Been steamrolling people in the neck with their ground game. Next victim would be Fort Clinton. Genoa seniors out in full force supporting the Comets. Genoa gets on the board here. 4th and 1 from the 1. Kyle Nutter punching it in at 7-0. Genoa wasn't done. Nutter coming again right at us. Here's a 31-yard touchdown run. Genoa easily in this one. The final score was 49-7 over Fort Clinton.
Let's head out to Genoa as they take on Clinton. Opening kickoff in the second half. Casey Ghost takes it all the way back to the house. H-O-U-S-E. Nice play right there. Andrew Belsick is a bit geeked out here on the sideline. Take a look at this. Like, dude, settle down. Just take a breath, my man. I know, I'm excited too. Push-ups? I don't think so. 35-0 at that point. Later, third quarter, 35-0 Genoa. Addison Rosberg keeps it on the read play and gets in, makes it 35-7. Genoa goes on to win 49-7. The game was called by lightning, and afterwards, Tim Spies talked about the game.
Well, we started out a little shaky. We're so young. We're starting 1600-classmen. But overall, we got it together. We got our nerves worked out. And once again, we have Kyle Nutter. And when you have Kyle Nutter on your team, anything's possible.
Extra point, we take a look at the humble Genoa Comet, who is already soaring into the record books. Genoa's All-Ohio running back Kyle Nutter is only 3 games into his senior season and already rushed into the Comets' record books.
He's an extremely durable kid. In my 29 years of coaching, he's mentally the toughest kid I've ever coached.
After last week's win over Port Clinton, Nutter logged enough yards to set Genoa's career rushing record at 4,324 yards.
Well, it's kind of cool, you know, and definitely to have your name remembered for, I mean, you got records, so you're going to be remembered for that.
Nutter is the current Genoa record holder in not only career rushing yards, but also rushing yards in a single game, rushing yards in a season, longest run, and career touchdowns.
I don't think he looks at his pressure. He just knows what's expected of him, and he's always responded to those challenges. You could tell he was a special back his sophomore year.
For someone who is causing a ruckus with the record books, Nutter is surprisingly humble, even if his nickname given by his teammates says otherwise.
Franchise, but it embarrasses him. He goes, I don't like the attention. I said, well, you rush for 5,000 yards and score 100 touchdowns, you're going to get attention.
Nutter relies on leading this team of characters with his actions and humility.
We got a great group of seniors this year, and we all kind of work together to try and keep these guys in check. All of the seniors take a leading role in this team, but we also like to have a lot of fun.
A little too much fun.
Probably a little too much fun.
Sometimes a man of few words, when he does speak up, the rest of the team notices.
There is no secret to Nutter's success, just focus and a great work ethic. But then again, maybe the beard helps.
He looks good. I wish I could grow one and look that good. I know my wife wishes I'd look that good.
Genoa and played Fostoria tonight, and Nutter led the way. He had a 31-yard touchdown and a 52-yard touchdown run as they cruised past Fostoria.
Genoa Comets just reload every year. They're undefeated, state ranked in Division 4. Home game with the Lake Flyers. Homecoming queen Alexis Ortiz and court member Samantha Rogg. Comets Casey Ghost ready for a punt from his 35. Casey, 65 yards all the way to the house. Genoa goes on to win 79-0.
The Genoa Comets have a new head coach, but it's the same old story. 4-0, ranked 6th in the state hosting Lake, and somebody needs a hug. First drive of the game for Genoa. David Nutter goes right side, 23 yards for the touchdown. Just like that, 7-0 Comets. Later in the first quarter, it's 14-0 Genoa. Casey Ghost back to return the punt. And this pretty much sums up the evening for the Lake Flyers. Ghost takes it 65 yards. The distance. This score not a misprint. Genoa, 79-0.
Next up, Genoa, they take on Otsego Knights. Fans getting wild there in the end zone. Comets draw first blood early in the first quarter. Quarterback Logan Scott with a nice throw to the back of the end zone. Genoa on top, 7-0. Just before half, Comets on the Knights goal line. The handoff to Kyle Nutter gets in. Comets up 17-0 at half. Last time we checked, it was 24-20 Genoa. Full highlights in all of the big games tonight on Big Board Friday on WTOL tonight.
Genoa crushing people. Let's look at Otsego. Fans getting wild in the end zone. Comets draw first blood first quarter. Quarterback Logan Scott to Casey goes back of the end zone. Genoa on top by a score of 7-0. Just before half, the Comets on the Knights goal line. Handoff to Kyle Nutter. He gets in. Comets would go on to win it by a score of 48-27.
Let's head out to Genoa as they hosted Otsego. First quarter on the field goal. Cody Pickard clangs it off, but it goes in. 10-0 lead. Second quarter, still 10-0. Pass to Jerome Griffin. He fumbles at the end of the run, and Genoa recovers, going the other way. And later, second quarter, 10-0. Kyle Nutter. We did a whole story on this kid. Kid is tough, and he's a good kid, nice kid. 20-yard run. A few plays later, Nutter punches it in for the 1-yard run. That made it 17-0, and Genoa cruises as they win 48-27. We got some scores for you.
Season for Genoa. They're undefeated, scoring 50 to 60 points a game. Comets down in Elmwood tonight, a Northern Buckeye game. Can the Royals stop them? Joe Pritch, Miranda Wagner, Woodmore's 2012 homecoming king and queen. Congratulations, guys. Genoa had a simple plan. Give the ball to Kyle Nutter and score touchdowns. That's just what they did all night long. This one, a 10-yard carry up middle for 6. I said Woodmore, it was Elmwood. For a change of pace, a fake to Nutter, and Kyle Edwards walks in 53-6. Genoa over Elmwood. Genoa Comets in command of the Northern Buckeye take on Rossford. Pack a pickup. What a night. Rossford Genoa fans donating nearly 1,800 pounds to the Seagate Food Bank. Thanks, everybody. First quarter, Comets pounding the ball downfield. Kyle Nutter, 13-yard score. Genoa 7-0. Bulldogs showing some fight. He and Stoll are able to slip through some tackles up the middle. He goes for a big gain. Dogs in business, but a few plays later, Rossford the 10. Comets strip Stolar. Nutter recovers. Genoa wins big, 57-7.
Genoa still undefeated, ranked 6th in the state, hosting Rossford. Early first quarter, Comets' most reliable play. Give the ball to Kyle Nutter. 7-0 Genoa. But did you know? Kyle also plays defense. Rossford knows. He's there for the interception. Genoa keeps on rolling, 57-7.
Well, Genoa. You like Genoa too?
The Nutter brothers. They're over there. Yes.
The Nutter brothers. 6-0 in the conference, and Eastwood 6-0. So obviously, depending on what happens next weekend, I keep saying weekend, next week, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Genoa playoff bound. Northern Buckeye take on Eastwood. It's superhero night at the game. I see Spider-Man and Catwoman. Everybody's having fun. Last night of regular season, Comets busting the big play of the first score. Kyle Nutter, his 34th touchdown of the year. That's a 55-yard scamper. Genoa now 10-0. They stop Eastwood 21-10.
Back when you go to Genoa, you don't plan on losing too many regular season games. Comets trying to finish off a perfect 10-0 against Eastwood. Steve Slivka at Freedom Field with more. Steve.
Dave, keeping up with Genoa's football team isn't exactly an easy task. You definitely need a roster, and when it becomes wet, that doesn't make the situation any easier. Obviously, the team has a new head coach this year, plus injuries to 9 different guys, and somehow the Comets are still undefeated entering this NBC championship game against Eastwood. Kyle Nutter is the workhorse in the Northern Buckeye this season. He has 33 touchdowns for Genoa. Nutter has more points than the next 2 guys in the conference combined. He also has over 1,900 yards rushing on 207 attempts. No surprise, it's Nutter that puts Genoa on the board first for a 7-love lead. Eastwood wants 2 straight Northern Buckeye titles. Devin Snowden receives the call. 43 yards all the way to the end zone. That equals a touchdown. It also equals a tie ball game in the second quarter. There's a good reason Genoa is undefeated this season. David Nutter from 6 yards out. Touchdown Genoa. Comets lead 14-7 midway through the second quarter, and that's the score heading into half. Eastwood posts a field goal in the third. Comets face a 4th and 1 strips the ball and runs a long way the other direction for a touchdown. Comets shoot to a 21-10 advantage. That's all Genoa needs to grab the Northern Buckeye title back from Eastwood. Comets win 21-10. Genoa finishes the season at 0.
People kind of laughed at me. My very first interview I gave this year, I said, here's why we're going to win on Friday night. We have Kyle Nutter and you don't. And once again, Kyle Nutter just raised his level of play. Had a defensive score. That's our 8th defensive score this year. It's just been an outstanding total team effort. I mean, this group is the quintessential definition of team.
I can't even put it in words. It's amazing. I mean, first NBC championship brought to Genoa. I mean, the seniors deserve it. You know, I worked hard for the seniors. You know, I'm so emotional right now how hard everyone fought, you know. And Eastwood came out and played so hard, and that just makes it that much better of a game. And it's really satisfying beating a good team like that at the end for an NBC title.
And while Genoa did get revenge over Eastwood Friday night, it's clear these two teams are close. They spent an extended amount of time on the field afterward, congratulating each other and wishing each other well for the postseason.
Playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? What? You're watching Friday Night Frenzy!
Us, giving us money.
Guess where I was out tonight?
Where?
I was out at Genoa. Yes, you did know I was at Genoa, where Kyle Nutter was once again on a tear. They're taking on Bishop Reedy. Second quarter, they're down 7-0. But check out David Nutter, his younger brother, rushing in for the 17-yard score.
There's a Nutter?
There's 2 Nutter brothers on that team. That ties the game up at 7. Just a few seconds left before the half. 2nd and 10 for Genoa. David Nutter gets the initial handoff, but then reverse. Ryan Espinoza goes around the outside and in a 18-yard score. 14-7 Genoa at the break. Third quarter, game tied at 14. On 3rd and 8, Kyle Edwards with the QB keeper. He's going to keep it himself and come right at you. Right into your living room, sliding on in. Everyone's happy about that. Give him some love, boys. 2-point conversion, good. 22-14 Comets. Then the Comets soar in the 4th. Edward gives it to Kyle Nutter. Let me tell you, he had 2,000 yards on the season, 30 touchdowns, and he just racked it up again tonight. That's a 60-yard score. Comets soar 42-21.
So you're saying Kyle Nutter is good?
Yes, he's kind of good.
Welcome back. We've gotten used to seeing this every November. Genoa in the state playoffs. The Comets were 10-0 regular season, Division 4 first-round game with Columbus Bishop Ready. There's Terry and April keeping the fans warm with coffee and a smile. Genoa down 7 in the red zone. Hand off to David Nutter. Bursts out of a crowd in for a touchdown, all tied up. Less than a minute left in the half. A double pitch. Ryan Espinoza running around the other side. He's in for the score. And Genoa wins it by a score of 42-21.
Well, I'm told now that we have Genoa Comets story. Genoa always looks good in the regular season. Sometimes they fizzle out, though, in the playoffs. They're hoping to avoid it in 2012. Eric Halbert in Genoa with more. Eric?
Dave, we are so used to seeing Genoa just blast opponents in the first round. They're 5-0 in the first round coming into tonight. You thought it might be that way again, but Bishop Reedy came ready to play. Genoa fans ready to explode for this one, literally. But their offense fizzles early. First pass attempt of the game, Kyle Edwards picked off. Not good. Things not going well for the Comets. They're down 7-0 to Bishop Reedy as we head to the second quarter. But the Comets offense answers. David Nutter around the outside, 17 yards for the touchdown. We're tied at 7. And then more Comets. This time, great ball fake. And 7 Genoa and a half. Third quarter we go. First play of the second half. Ball and fly. That's Bishop Reedy's Doug Strickland with 74 yards for the touchdown. We're tied at 14. Coach Spees not happy. But the Comets will answer. Edwards has his own number. He goes 10 yards for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good, and the Comets up 22-14. But Reedy ready to answer again, but this time Edwards, he picks it off, returning the favor. That was set up Kyle Nutter. Ball by 48 yards out. Nutter takes it to the house. He had 183 yards rushing on the night. No, brother. David had 138, and the Comets were ready to slam the door. If that didn't slam the door, then this would. Ryan Espinoza backpedaling on the punt. He receives it, finds a seam, puts it upfield, ball and fly.
I think we came out flat, we ended up turning it on, and we protected this field, and that was a great win.
But we righted the ship and we battled back, and this team's overcome adversity all year.
Division 4, Genoa undefeated. Ottawa Glandorf undefeated. This ain't 6 and under T-ball. Someone's not leaving undefeated.
7-0. Ensuing kickoff, Comets Casey goes receiving. Hits a crease on the far sideline. Bursting into the OG territory. He's down near the 30.